Everyone, welcome to Sketch Today Live. Forgot to turn on my light. That's a first. Usually I have it on. Hopefully you're doing well. It's Saturday, July 24th in Utah. This is a state holiday. It's called Pioneer Day. So, hope you're enjoying your Pioneer Day. Pioneer. Those are the people that settled the valley here, I guess. So everyone's kind of relaxing. I'm sure they'll do fireworks at some point. Hopefully they don't light the state on fire. I'm a little sweaty. Apologies. I just barely got done working out, so busy day. Then I got to clean my house. I know I've been a little MIA lately. Hey, Lori. Just been a bit busy and trying to get a grip on life, as it were. So thanks for understanding. I gave the patrons an update this week, so appreciate your support. Thanks for your support, as always. All right. Well, happy Saturday. So the theme for this week. The theme for this week is Marvel. Thanks to Jordan Lyons and others for holding it down and keeping that train moving. It's a 2-week challenge this time. Sorry, I'm like looking at 3 things at the same time. It's a 2-week challenge this time, so there'll be time for us to catch up, of course. All right, so I'm going to start with the warm-up. And I think I'm just going to do one sketch today because I got to keep it tight. I'll be back tomorrow, though, for sure this time. I know I've said that a couple times, and then I'm like, not feeling myself or whatever, but we will continue on. I'm going to be doing a marker and pen today. If I can find those pens. There we go. So I'll be doing a little marker and pen today, probably on toned paper. I want to do a bust of Iron Man. That's what I want to do. Since it's Marvel, since I kind of draw hardware products, stuff like that. All right, so what have I been up to? I'm getting ready to do a local craft show. I know that probably sounds weird, but I'm building some lamps. My craft show. I'll probably share the process at some point. Hey, V86. I'm glad that helped out. Hopefully you pass it on. Pass on the love to others. Appreciate you being here. And as always, appreciate the support of others. Where's everyone watching today? We got one from Central Indiana. I know we got Colorado in the house. I just know that. Let's see, what else do I know? Looks like maybe India. Maybe. All right. I know it's an unusual time, so hopefully we'll have a few people pop in. But yeah, I think I'm just going to do one sketch today. So feel free to ask any questions about design, career stuff, philosophy, whatever. I like a good conversation. Even if I can't hear you, I can still answer your questions. Man, I actually haven't sketched in a couple days because I've been cutting glass and clicking a mouse for a bit. But I feel like I still have it. Hey, Denver. Have I tried Shaper on iPad Pro? I have not. I use Fusion 360. I've been thinking about giving Gravity Sketch another chance. So we'll see. A lot of my work has kind of shifted more from CAD per se to overall design direction and strategy. So I mean, I still do CAD when I need to, but it's not the thing I do day to day, so I'll pay people to do that stuff for me if I need to, like get a rendering or whatever. It's just a lot easier. Not that rendering is hard or anything, but it does require expensive hardware. Actually, I should try a keyshot on my Mac Pro here. I haven't tried that yet, so I've got to do that as well. So hope you're doing well. Nepal, we got one from Nepal on Facebook. What's up? Hey NYC everything, what's up? Good afternoon to you. Do you think you could ever share what design brief looks like from a client you've worked? Maybe the general specifications. It's a great question, Lori. I think I could, but at the same time, it's probably a lot easier to describe the process of how I work. Hello, Gothu. All right, just a couple more ellipses here for the warm-up. Let some people trickle in. And I'm going to do an Iron Man bust, or maybe the whole Iron Man. We'll see. I'll see how I'm feeling. So typically someone will come to me and say, I'll give you an example. So someone will hit me up on Instagram. Hey, bro. Okay, this is a poor example, but I'll give it anyways. Someone will hit me up and say, hey, bro, can you design some backpacks for me? And I'll go, as a filter, I'll say, okay, yeah, you know, I can probably help with that. What are you looking to do? They'll give me a little description of what it is they want, and then I'll say, okay, here's my minimum cost, and I'll give them a number. Hey, Big Chungus. Hello. I'll give them a number, and then sometimes they'll go, okay, cool. That sounds fine. Other times they'll go, holy crap. They won't say crap, but you know what I mean. Holy crap, that's expensive. And I'll go, okay, well, you can find someone else. All right, so that's pricing. The next is scope. So in terms of scope, what I typically do is I'll just set up a discovery call with the client, 15 minutes or so, and we'll kind of just talk things through. We'll kind of just talk things through, and then understanding. I like to work backwards from, you know, what's the end goal? What's the end goal? How can we get you there? That's what I like to do. So oftentimes I will try and get that idea. Like, hey, are you trying to get to production? Are you building a prototype? Which is going to tell me what deliverables they need. So let's say they want to design a new hand mixer. Well, I'll say, okay, to get to that point, and not just to stylistically design it, but let's say they want to shake things up in industry, right? I'll say I'm doing an Iron Man bust or an Iron Man today. Actually, maybe I'll do some rough sketches. Let's see what I feel like doing. I am using a pencil. Look at that. I'm using a pencil. I'm scribbling it out. Anyhow, so usually I will. This needs to be more out. So usually I will look something like this, right? Just get a nice rough sketch in here. Anyhow, sorry, I'm like distracted. So after that point, I will yeah, it is Marvel Week, Mystery. What's up? Oh yeah, back to the mixer. So if I know I'm designing a mixer, I I need to focus here. Maybe I'll have this one down, this one over. Yeah, that feels better. And then I can do boosters or whatever. Let's try another rough sketch. So once I have the general idea of what they want, the client, then I'll kind of say, okay, to get to that point of giving you, I'm not doing the whole thing with pencil mystery. Don't get too excited. I'm just rough sketching. So at that point, I will generally say, okay, here's what I think you're gonna need to get to your deliverable of needing whatever for production, and then I'll let's have him flying. Yeah, I think something like this. Something like this would be fine. All right, so once I know that, then I can say, all right, here's how many rounds of sketches you're gonna need. Here's I'm actually gonna look at a little reference. Okay, back to what I was saying about the mixer. I know this is a long answer, Lori. And you probably just want to see the scope document for an example, I'm guessing. Anyhow, so once that's figured out, I'll say, here's how many sketches, here's how many renderings you're gonna need. You know, all of that stuff. And try to decide if I want him looking directly at us or off to the side or up. I think looking at us is fine. All right, so now I'm gonna pencil this guy in. Or try to. What desktop computer do I have? I have a Mac Pro, 6-core. I'm gonna upgrade it later, the processor and whatnot. So anyhow, Lori. So start with deliverable in mind, and then kind of work backwards, describe those steps that are needed, and then you know, communicate that. And once everything's good, then I also try and scope things out in phases, which is a bit akin to saying, okay, the first step is here's some sketches. Next step is here's some renderings. And then we might need some CAD, so here's that step, kind of thing. So that's kind of what I'll do. And then once everything's set, then we're good. I'm gonna borrow a bit from little stylized manga anime style here. Just a little bit, just a titch. So the point of doing the roughs here is just to kind of figure out compositionally what I want to do. I always struggle with arms off to the side, so I got to figure out where to put this dude. Anyhow, do they give you specifics of the product? Yes, those are the things I dig into and ask, like how big does it need to be? What is the functionality? Where's it going to be sold? What are the brand guidelines, requirements, specifications, and so forth. And then once I have an understanding of that, then it makes it a lot easier, and we can hold each other to expectations, right? You're going to pay me this money. Here's what I'm going to do. Boom, boom, boom. And it just makes things a lot easier to navigate. So sometimes they give specifications of colors, yes. Sometimes they don't. So this project, I'm still working on it technically, but I have a project I was working on, and I was like, do you have any brand guidelines, specifications, anything like that? And they were like, nope. So I kind of had free reign that way, which was nice. So yeah. It just all depends on the company. Some companies will be like, yep, you have to use this or that, and you just kind of work with it. Do you have a client you're working with? Okay, I missed a question. How long does it take to practice and reach a point where your rough sketch looks pretty good? I mean, I wouldn't say my rough sketch looks pretty good. I don't know if that's what you're saying, but I've been at this for a long time now, and I'm still learning myself. So it takes time for sure. I mean, his other hand could be down here, kind of boosting, or could be some sort of, I mean, if it's his nanotech suit, right, could be some sort of thing here. I'm trying to think, what would I be doing with my hand if I were floating in the sky? If I were flying, what would I do? What would I do? Let's see. Looks like in classic, I'm just looking at some reference here. Classic poses just to see what Iron Man likes to do. Some have his fist clenched, which I think is kind of weird considering this one is also, you know, out. So maybe I'll tweak that. But yeah, I've been doing this for over 15 years, so it's just a matter of time. Best advice for a student about to start university, I would say Just work hard. And just to be clear what I mean by reference, I'll kind of show you guys here. So usually I'll just Google search and look up a few images just for different angles, details, features, and so forth. But I'm not staring at one of these and going, okay, this is exactly how it is, you know, and copying that. So just paying attention to things like there's how, you know, there's an arm, for example, behind. So maybe I will have an open palm, or there's the clenched fist with the nanotech suit, a little bit different. So yeah, that's how I use references, more so on the position of things than anything else. Okay, that's a messed up hand. Basically trying to show, you know, thumb, fingers, maybe something like this. Yeah, there we go. That feels a lot better. So this is how I'll use pencil, kind of like I do the gray marker thing when I do it. And then I'll kind of just pencil in some details here, tweak stuff as needed. And then we'll do our ink and marker and pencil. So yeah. So just trying to check here, make sure I got things the way I want them to be. And then I'll just do some sort of custom shape here for the chest piece. Still a circle, but I like the idea of encasing this in some sort of hex. I don't have my eraser I normally have, so this should be interesting as well. Okay. How much time do I spend on sketching as compared to rendering? I don't know. I don't really render these days. I like to think that I sketch render. So that's what I like to tell myself anyhow. So yeah, I like this kind of hexagonal thing going on right here on the chest piece. So yeah, so now I can kind of get my pen lines in here. No, I messed up right there. So one thing I try and remind you of as I do these streams is it's something that took me a while to even recognize or see, admittedly, is that the stuff you see online, the drawings, the sketches, whatever, they take time. They take a long time. So even if you see someone with, you know, just a crazy good sketch, chances are it took them some time. Now there are people that are very quick out there, but oftentimes it does take some time to kind of get your sketch right. Part of it too is like, you know, even if you do the pencil stuff, you kind of have to figure out the shapes that work. This is a Sakura brush pen. All right, I'm gonna have to change the direction of this leg, I think, a little bit, so I'm gonna hold off kind of doing that. Not changing the design, just need to tweak positions and whatnot. And I will be using marker for this one. Marker and some pencil. So now I'm looking at the left side and trying to see if I can mirror some of these shapes that I have here, just so the arm that's a bit further back here feels like it's a part of the same suit. Really like this pen. As far as brush pens go, it has like a fine enough tip that if I want to, I can kind of do a few details here and there. It's not as good as having like a pen that's made for purely detail, but hey, Variable, what's up? Yes, I will be on the Variables show this week. It's gonna be on the 30th. Okay, that feels weird. It's gonna be on the 30th, next Friday. So check out the Variables Instagram for information about that. All right, I'm trying to. Okay, there we go. I'm gonna revert to some block shapes. Try and get this a little bit better. Yeah, that looks a lot better. Just got to figure out the toe shape here. In the meantime, or just commit to it. Just commit, dude. Thanks, Lori. Probably should mark her first. I'm gonna regret this, but whatevs. How can you grow confident in your strokes? Just practice, really. Martin, good question. Can you do fashion or apparel related things with an industrial design degree? And the answer is yes, of course you can. Design is also took me years to learn this one. Design is really about just learning, I think, a bunch of skills that you can apply to a lot of things. Now, if you end up working in fashion, chances are you may end up in a spot or position where you kind of get siloed, it's called. So if you come out of school and you start doing one thing, you may end up just being able to do that one thing because you built all your experience on that one thing. So you just want to be careful not to pigeonhole yourself too much, I would say. Did any of you watch Loki? Any of you guys watch Loki? I enjoyed it. It's pretty good. What do they actually teach in an industrial design course? It's a great question. There's many courses that make up industrial design. There's visual communication, and by that I mean things like sketching. There's model making or prototyping. That's a part of industrial design as well. There's also teaching you things like research, how to drive to and get the answers you need to come up with the right solution for clients or people. There's things like how to build a portfolio. You take some graphics courses, at least this is how mine was structured. I did a lot of engineering related things too. Took welding classes, furniture. It's really just understanding how things work and how to create solutions for people's needs. That's the way I see it, anyways. But and to be clear, you'll learn a lot of that no matter where you go. If you're thinking about going to school or whatever. The sketching thing is, you know, they give you the basics, and then you get to decide if you want to take it further than that. It's really just a tool for communication, nothing more than that. Some people choose to sketch, some people choose to get more into 3D modeling and CAD. Just really depends on what you like and what you're trying to accomplish. So yeah, just depends on what you're trying to accomplish. In terms of skills and whatnot. I'm trying to think if I'm forgetting anything else. But it's a lot of classes like that. Form development, so how to design objects and how to design things in 2 dimensions as well. And a lot of stuff you kind of learn as you go on internships or whatever else. So yeah. All right, let's decide. I think I have a red that'll work. I hope I do. It's gonna be interesting because I'll probably have to use some browns as well. And let's see. I don't even know how these colors are gonna show up, so maybe I'll do a test real quick. Why don't we chill for a bit? Traditional tools, yes. I like traditional tools. Okay, so this is Y17. So the reason I'm doing this, guys, is you kind of have to know what you're getting into on the paper, because this paper is a little bit different too. This is Y38. So I want to see how it looks when it dries up. I don't have like a permanent reference or anything here. Okay, this is R37. And let's do 89. This looks like a good red. I could probably combine it with another red here. Maybe not use those browns too much. This is R59. R39. Okay, I think I know which reds I'm going to use. The yellows, I think I can get away with these. Let's try one more here. See how this looks. This is 15. Yeah. Okay. I think I'm in a good enough spot here. Oh, best advice for a design student starting university. I didn't answer that one. My bad. Best advice would be a sponge. College only happens once. So take every opportunity you get and try and make the most of it. That would be my advice. I regret not doing that. For sure. There's many classes now that I wish I had taken then. I mean, granted, some of the stuff I've learned after college, but even then, it would have been nice to let's see, let me just get his face in here. It would have been nice to, you know, have actually taken that programming class instead of having to teach myself all that stuff. That's all, just some stuff like that, but otherwise, yeah, just be a sponge, take every opportunity to learn, stay hungry, work hard. It's your one shot, you know. It's your one shot. Do not miss this chance to blow. Or blow. This opportunity comes once in a lifetime. His palms are sweaty. Knees weak. Arms spaghetti. Mom spaghetti. Spaghetti. Alright, so I'm trying to decide lighting, and I think I'm going to go with my usual top right here for the most part. This marker tip is weird. So I got to leave some white spots. Or clear spots anyways for now. Of course, we're going to have secondary light source on the opposite side. So with markers, I always try to work light till it's right. So if you're like, why isn't he shading in that spot? Or you're only using one marker so far, it's because I don't want to overdo it. It's a lot harder to kind of go back and correct than it is to just work light. So that's what I'm doing, working light till I get it right. Looks like I need a new marker tip here. My favorite Copic color. See, that's a tough one. I don't think I have a specific favorite color. I do use a lot of reds and oranges, I would say. So maybe it's some red or orange. It's my favorite. I don't know, hard to say. Hard to say. All right, so we got some base colors here. Don't worry, I'm not getting a job with Marvel Comics anytime soon. I do have a friend who works with them. He's a contractor. He's really talented. Mentioned him before. Okay, what was I deciding here? Oh, looks like there's some gray bits too. So put some gray in. Some of his suits have gray bits anyways. Just normal gray bits. So I'll throw in some of those. Alright, something like that. Like this and like this and like that. I know. Alright, I think I'm gonna do 2 little accents right there. Okay. Maybe I'll make this gray instead. There. A little bit there. Okay. Now we're humming along. Alright, so that's the red 27. We can use the 29 now to kind of darken things up where we need to. Remember, my light source is coming from this side, at least the primary light source, so. Oh, I should mention, I started a TikTok. It's just sketchaday.com. I haven't posted anything there yet. So same as the YouTube here. Need to start promoting that. TikTok is interesting, I will say. Makes me feel old, but hey, you gotta go be where the peeps are at, right? So I'll probably be doing some lives there from time to time, as well as just short sketch design and clips of me making stuff. It's just sketchaday.com on the TikTok. Or on the talk, as the kids call it sometimes. Do they call it that? Hello, fellow kids. Alright, so now I'm going to go a little bit deeper with the red. I'm going to go with the 59 here. Get some nice reflections in. So again, that's why I don't start with the darkest color, because there's really no, I mean, there are ways to lighten it up, but it always looks weird if you try and do that. So it's a lot better to just start with your lightest color first. Lightest lights to darkest darks, which also works for contrast. You want your lightest lights against your darkest darks. Or in other words, light till you get it right, and lightest lights against darkest darks for contrast. You can always squint your eyes and look at your drawing too, if you're worried about contrast, or if you're going too dark. Etc. etc. I should have gotten my gold pen out. That's what I should have done. Alright, I'm gonna have to use a little darker yellow to kind of pull out some details here. So yeah, my favorite Copic color. I don't have one specifically. Yeah, go follow me there. I don't have any followers yet. So I'm gonna post the link for you hooligans. Hooligans. Do people say hooligans anymore? Do they? Anyhow, I guess I should be promoting that, so go follow me. I'm gonna be checking to see. I don't have any followers yet. But it is fun. How are we on time? How are we on time? I have no idea. Probably, yep, getting there. San Francisco 49er colors. I guess Iron Man, maybe he's a 49ers fan. I don't know. They don't say in the movies, do they? I don't think they do. Loki was great though. If you haven't checked it out, check it out. That was a good watch. So I'm just kind of washing this highlight with a little bit of a light red here just to tone it down. Top surface. Maybe transition some spots here. You feel me? You feel me? Alright, I need to go deeper red than that though. So I'm gonna have to go outside of my normal Copic colors and hope this works. This is a Bianyo marker. I just need a darker red for a couple areas here so that things pop a little bit better. Yeah, just so they pop. I kind of like how this curve is kind of working out in the surfacing, so I'm going to keep it as like a distinct shape. Whether it's feasible or rational or not, I'm going to keep it. Now, you could also use a gray marker on top of your regular marker if you want to tone something down, but I much prefer, if I have the color, to just use that color. Alright, so now that I'm mostly done with the marker here, I can come back and add in some blacks. Modify some shapes where I need to. Gently kiss the paper. Oh yeah, and I need to do his little chess piece. No. It feels like the chess piece is a little bit low. So I'm gonna see what I can do to maximize the size here. Hello, Alexander. Hey, NYC Everything. First follower on TikTok. Thank you. I do keep some of my lines open. I don't typically do very tight drawings. So I like loose. Loose feels good to me. Loose is good. All right. He has really long legs, but I'll leave it. I think I'm gonna get rid of the boosters on the legs. Just clean up a little bit here. Like I said, I don't have my giant eraser. I don't know where I put it. I mean, I have an idea. I just have to pause the show and go get it, but I wasn't even anticipating using pencil. I just saw the toned paper and was like, eh, why not? Why the hell not? All right. Of course, since this is toned paper, we can do some magical things too. All right. When you're working with yellow, you kind of have to use brown sometimes. FYI. To get those darker tones that you want. So just a little tip for you if you're doing something yellow. You're like, I can't get it darker. Try using some brown. Just depends on the brown, but try using some. And that'll kind of help keep it yellow. It's a little easier for me to get away with on this paper too, since it's toned paper. It's a little bit easier for me to get away with. But consider using some brown. You can thank me later. It took me a while to learn. I'm giving you like all the like things I've learned over the years. All the things. Thanks again to the patrons and channel members for your support. Much love. Thank you. If you don't know what that is, check out patreon.com/sketchaday. I should just give up and change everything to just Sketchaday DOTCOM. That's what I really should do with all my like online stuff. All right, so with pencil, you want to make sure that you're kind of done with your marker. And not really just even kind of. Make sure you're like done. Because once you do the pencil, you can't go over those spots with the marker anymore. Your 4-year-old loves it? Oh, thanks, Alex. I hope it's okay to call you Alex. Alexander. I'm picky with my name. I don't like people calling me Spence. In general. I'll make exceptions for some friends who can't help themselves. But generally, if you want to get on my bad side, call me Spence. Oh man, I forgot to give you guys an update on my freaking tooth. I'm gonna wrap the show with that update and show you guys some stuff you're gonna be like, holy crap. Alright. I need to remember to share those. Alright, just a little bit more, and we'll be there. So yeah, even on this like gray area, if I want to make it more gray, just a little pencil kind of help that pop out. And you can really do that with, again, the toned paper here. It's really easy to do. And then if I want to get some highlights and stuff, just take that pencil. I'm not even using a white pencil here just yet. One, because I can't find it, but two, this just gives a little bit more of a muted appearance than the white pencil will. So it's not like, boom, in your face, I'm a white pencil. What's up? What's up? So this is a cool gray 20% pencil. That's what this is. And then we'll just use white for a few accents here and there. But yeah, I don't know if you remember me telling you about my tooth that I was going to have to get redone, but I'll update you on that. Holy cow. Holy cow. I read that as, teach, that's so bad. And I was like, oh man, I need to up my level again. But it says that's so rad. Thank you. So yeah, if you understand lighting, at least in a very basic sense, it makes it somewhat easy to do this stuff, I will say. So, you know, like if this thing is projecting light, I'm gonna get a little bit of glowy stuff on the arms, maybe on the leg here as well. By glowy stuff, I mean this pencil that I'm using. All right. You know, maybe a couple spots are gonna pick up on some of this light. Probably not the face so much since it's, you know, kind of pointing down and out. The theme is Marvel. For this past week, I just wasn't able to show up. I'll show you why in just a sec. And hopefully you're all like, oh, I get it now. I get it. And I'll be like, yeah, I was not well. I was most definitely not well. I've never actually drawn an Iron Man before either, so you are also witnessing my first Iron Man sketch ever. I don't know why I never thought to do one, but just never have. Never have. All right, I do want to do something on the hands here, so bear with me just a sec. So I was just like, how is it I've lost every single white pen or marker that I had? There's my gold pen. All right. I guess I could do a Hulk. Maybe tomorrow I'll do a Hulk. Oh, you are on TikTok. Okay, I'll follow you back and when I see everything. I will follow you back. Alright, so now I can use the white to make certain things pop even more. Alright, little Posca sauce. Because we gotta get the little, like, not reflections, but the little highlight edges in here. These Posca pens are really nice, by the way. As far as white pens go, they're the best I've tested and discovered. So if you want to check them out, if you actually go to sketchaday.com/pens, I've got a few kind of suggestions there. On white pens and black pens and whatever it is you need. So that is sketchaday.com/pens, I think is the URL, if I remember correctly. Yep. All right, so I was saying I want to do, well, let's see how this gold actually looks first. Ooh, it actually looks pretty cool. So I'm going to use some of this. Just in certain spots here. See if I can make this a little bit more golden, shiny. Shiny! Fish are dumb, dumb, dumb. They chase anything that glitters. Yum, yum, fish dinner. Far from the world, you try to be tough, but your arm is just not hard enough. All right, let's get some in the face here. Oh, I gotta get his eyes too. Gotta get the eyes. Okay, this isn't exactly his eyes I don't think would be green per se, but it's what I have. I'm gonna work with what I have. Gotta work with what you have sometimes. All right. How are y'all doing today, though? Staying safe, I hope. Healthy. I always used to try and draw comic-y stuff when I was a kid. I think if I could do it all over again, I would have probably pushed myself just a little bit more. Maybe could have ended up in, you know, doing comics or something. Maybe. Alright, just adding some details here with the black pen now. Again, this arm off to the side, like, it's gonna be a little bit darker, so I'm okay, like, hatching over these colors and stuff just to make it a little bit. I think I gummed up my pen here. So I'll have to use this one. Try and not make it too heavy. Surprised I'm not a comic book artist. No, you gotta, like, comic book artists are incredible. They have to, like, you have to be able to draw pretty much any and everything. Like people, monsters, spaceships, buildings, crazy perspectives. Like absolutely crazy. So I mean, I appreciate the thought, but yeah, that would not be in the cards for me at the moment. I mean, maybe if I spent the next 5 years working really hard at it or something, I could do it, but it's not something I want to do now. Would do. But drawing's fun in general, so drawing's fun in general, so I don't mind. Okay, so I wanted to do this. I keep talking about it, but not doing it. So I got the golden accents. The golden accents. All right. I'm like out of white pencils too. It's really weird. I need to order some more. But I do need a white pencil. I have no idea where I put it, so oh well. Oh well. Seriously? Okay. I guess this gray will have to do. Maybe it's in here. We shall see. Ah, there it is. There it is. Okay, I gotta remember what I was doing. Oh, here we go. Wanting to do these. These little thingies here. Except for these. Well, thank you, Salmon. That's very generous of you. Very generous, thank you. All right. I'm trying to decide. I'm trying to remember. How do I want to do this? How do I want to do this? Let's do. Gotta erase this a little bit. Trying to remember if I want the white on the inside or the outside. I think it's the inside. And then here, gonna have to lighten this up on the inside. Let's see. Hold up. Hold up. Hey. All right, so hopefully you can kind of see why I did the white first now. So now I can come over with some pencil. Add some effects. You can kind of go back and forth with the pencil and the paint markers, not with regular markers. So not using regular markers for all this, but rather paint markers. And my pencils. I'm going way past the time I said I would go, but I'm having fun, so hopefully you're having fun too. That light seems more like magic. More than fire. Okay. That's fine. All right. Maybe it's his magic fire suit. Maybe, just maybe. Maybe, just maybe. Oh, shoot. Maybe it's a spacesuit. Maybe. It can be whatever you want it to be. And it'll be whatever I want it to be. It can be whatever you want it to be. Alright, you're gonna see me do something I very rarely do. But I feel like it would help the composition, so I'm gonna do it. And that is use a straight edge. But this way I don't have to do the same booster thing. It kind of functions as a compositional element too. Where'd you go? Hello, Sarthak. Alright, so I'm going to let that dry while I tell you about my dental adventure this week. That was gnarly. Absolutely gnarly. Yeah, let this dry for a bit and then I'll add a little bit of pigment to it. All right. So I went to the dentist this week and I think I've told you guys about this tooth, but I'll draw it again for you and describe what's happening. Hold on. What just happened? Okay. All right, so I'm gonna draw this for you. So this is, let's say this is my, I've got one tooth here, and then I've got like another tooth here, and then there's like gum. Okay. So previously I had an implant. If you ever see an x-ray, it looks something like this. There's a threaded post, and then there's something that comes up like this. It's actually really fascinating. So this one threads on the inside, like so. Okay. This one is fused to the bone. All right. And then they take and place some like crown thing on top. And to do that, they actually have to drill through the crown, put a screw into the crown, okay, and then fill this in and shape it and make it all nice. All right. So what happened to me is a few years ago, I had this all put in, right? And then there was a crack in this implant because my tooth was starting to wiggle a little bit. It was starting to wiggle a little bit, right? So that wiggle was causing some problems because what can happen anyways is like, you know, germs and stuff can get under all this and get in here, and then before you know it, you know, all this is eroding and you have an abscess and it's like a nightmare. So what they had to do, I'm going to draw this again so you can see. I'm going to show you the pictures too. So if you're squeamish, avert your eyes. All right, so let's say these are my teeth, right? Here's the implant. And post and all that. All right. Oh, and this is my sinus, by the way. So this is my, when I say sinus, like this is upside down. So it's actually a tooth on the top of my mouth. So this is where like your nose sinus stuff is all in here, okay? All right. So this thing has a crack. Well, he takes this off, so that goes. This piece here is just not coming out. Okay. So they have like a little Allen wrench type thing that goes in, and then, you know, he tries and wrenches out. So that's not working. So what he has to do is he gets this big drill bit that looks kind of like this, right? It's like big enough to go around here, and all of this into my bone and gum. Remember, these are my gums, okay, and bone gets drilled out almost to the sinus. Okay, so I'll show you the pictures now. So this is the drill bit. There's some of my blood right there, actually. This is the drill bit. This is what they use to drill into my jaw. Isn't that insane? So that's the drill bit, and then let's see. There's my mouth. Hey, everybody. There he is picking at it there. And there's another picture of that drill bit. But check that out. Isn't that gnarly? That is what they were using to drill around my implant. So crazy. So crazy. So that was part of why I was MIA this week. I was just in so much pain after they did that, as you can imagine, because they're like literally removing part of my jaw. Kind of insane. So it hurts. So like when I got home, it felt like someone had just punched me in the face, you know. That's how bad it was. That is how bad it was. Just wild. All right, this thing is still not dry, so I'll just kind of show you where it's at. I made a little boo-boo here, but it's fine. It's all good. We're not going to cry about it. We'll just, you know, color over that. Get a little bit of Sharpie sauce in here. I'm using a Sharpie because this ink is not totally dry, and I don't want to mess up my nicer pen. Don't want to mess up my nicer pen with it, so. Work on this just a little bit more. Yeah, I really need to be able to put some pencil on, colored pencil on here, but either way, I'm gonna bounce in a little bit. Yeah, that was not fun. Tell you what. That was not a fun experience. So, and the reason I had to do it too is frustrating. It's like, at least in America, the way the healthcare system is, if you can't afford something, you put it off. And then when you put it off, it becomes worse, a worse problem. So then now when you have means, your problem comes back to haunt you. And it's like, you know, so much more expensive to try and fix that problem. It's just frustrating. But that's it's the American healthcare system anyways. You know, some of you are in different countries that are a little bit different. But yeah, I had to get that done this week. Thankfully, it's actually repairing a broken implant, like I said. And thankfully, the dentist was like, I'll do it. I'll fix it for cost. Meaning, you know, he's not out to make tons of money on it or anything. Just gonna hook me up and get it fixed. So I was appreciative of that, but man, frustrating. Bullshow. Bullsheezy. People say that anymore? Bullsheezy. Bullsheezy my wheezy. All right, I'm gonna call it there since this is not dry yet. I guess it's dry enough. I just wanted to add a little bit of color. Just a little bit here. It's really not dry enough, so. Anyhow. Hope you had fun today. Hang in. Thanks for all the questions. Thanks for your contributions, your help. Again, if you want to donate, contribute, and be on the inner circle of things, check out patreon.com/sketchaday. Also, my TikTok. I'm trying to get that started. I'll probably start posting stuff on it this week. But check that out. That's at sketchaday.com, DOTCOM, just like the YouTube here. You can also find me on Instagram at sketchaday, DOTCOM. I really need to stop this, but I can't. Can't stop, won't stop. Find me on Twitter at Daily Sketches. That's where I'm at. So yeah, I hope you have a happy, fun, productive Saturday. Remember, passion is the process. Keep up the good work. If you have a moment, take some time to share what you know with someone. It's going to make you better in the long run. I'll be back tomorrow for Sci-Fi Sunday, so we're continuing the theme of Marvel. I think that kind of works for Sci-Fi Sunday, which is what we'll be doing tomorrow. So with that, take care, much love, and remember, passion is the process. Share what you know, and let's see what else. See you tomorrow. Thanks. I did all the things. Happy Saturday, and y'all take care. Peace out.